Welcome back, everybody. So this is part 2 of State of Decay 2 solo play of a brand new community with all new survivors. With this, we are learning how to survive in Dread Zone with learning how to level up characters, where to put the best outposts, how to create a decent community to survive. So, we're gonna continue our game here. I'm gonna put my Discord server code in the comments, and that way you can join my Discord server, and if you have any questions or you want updates on when I'm streaming and everything like that, then you'll have the code and I'll be posting in that Discord server. So for the Discord server code, it's lowercase k, uppercase D, uppercase R, uppercase D, lowercase m, lowercase k, lowercase a. So I'm putting that in the comments for the Discord server. And if you want an invite for that, just send me your username and I can add you to the server. Okay, so.
Hey guys, we could really use a hand over here.
I'm on my way to you.
I'll keep my eyes peeled for you.
So, just a recap of the last episode. Basically, we started the new community. We did character selection. And when we first logged in, we basically did a bunch of scavenging just around close to home. We didn't stray too far. We did survey points. We did quite a few of them. All the way up here. So, not too many missions. We only got the first one done. That was build an infirmary or a workshop. We happened to build both. So, here's my community right now. 3 survivors. This one. So Aaron doesn't have the 5th slot, but that way when we get a skills book, we can choose which one we want to give him. Megan has medicine, and Laura has mechanics. So as you can see, they're all basically the same for stats wise. We're raising their cardio and their wits, fighting, shooting, all of that. So we're just starting to level them up. One thing is always level up cardio first.
You're alive! Yay for you!
Along with fighting and or shooting. As you build things or do things within your community, the 5th skill does level up on its own. So if you do a lot of toolkits and stuff, the mechanics skill will actually upgrade over time. So that's how we'll upgrade the 5th skill. For the base, quite simple. Currently we have 3 minutes to go for the command center, and we have a minute to go for the upgrade on the workshop. So we have infirmary 2, so that does passive recovery of health and removes trauma, injuries, and infection. This also helps treat blood plague and create the blood plague cure when we need that. will also produce meds. So we're upgrading Command Center to Command Center 2. That way we can put in our antenna to get 1 extra outpost slot with that. We're currently building the workshop, and when this is done, we'll actually upgrade it again once I get the materials. I don't have enough materials right now, but I will be getting some more. And as you see, we're on Dread Zone, so not the easiest, but not also the hardest level. So that is basically a recap of what we did
some thank yous are in
last episode. So this episode's basically going to be the same, except we're going to start following the A Cure for All Seasons quest, or goal, I guess you can say. So we're going to do that, and you know, we're going to continue gathering rucksacks. If we run down to our vehicles over here, we're going to see how many rucksacks we actually have. Okay, so I have 1 of everything except meds. Meds is always a hard one I find that to find. So we're just gonna, you know, keep an eye on that, and we are going to make sure we get an outpost for meds as soon as possible, because you have to remember, with the infirmary, it actually takes 2 meds a day for infirmary 2. And find what resources you use. You go to resources, click, and you can see what you get. So for food, we have -3 per day, meds -2 per day, and you can see what you have incoming and what you have outgoing with this little graph here, graph list, whatever you want to call it. Community, you can see your population, available labor, available beds. So I don't have any beds available because they're all being used right now. Well, I have 3 beds available, sorry. 3 are being used by population of 3. Stable currently. So we're going to try and go into the positive for morale, because higher morale, less fights, less morale penalties, and it just benefits your community better. Effects. So this is effects that your base and facility have, and your community themselves, and that includes all of your survivors. Risk. So this will show you threat sources, so when you're building things like that, the threat level increases. So yeah, that's just basically a outline of what we've been doing.
Dead cabron inbound.
So, just a reminder to keep a look at the bottom left of your screen, and that's your stamina and health.
Thank
And your
goodness.
mini-map.
Something we can use.
As you can see, current survivor I'm using actually is has exhaustion, but because we're not going too far from home, I figured she'd be okay for now.
Plenty of room.
So we will not stray too far.
At least it's not nothing.
But just remember, keep a lookout at that, because when you when you're exhausted and stuff, your character doesn't have enough stamina to do a lot of things, and once it runs out, you can't really do anything. Same with health. You can gain trauma and injury. And to fix that, you have to go idle at your... You have to swap survivors, or you take a med kit or a health pack type thing. So
There's nothing here.
just be wary of that.
I don't think we're going to find anything else here.
Yo. The safest way to collect samples is by killing plague zombies. There's a plague heart nearby. That whole area should be crawling with infected zombies. Or you could just destroy the plague heart itself to get a bunch of samples. That's more dangerous. Grab your big guns. You don't want to fuck around with this one.
Helping out like this is a good way to make friends.
Let's hope it stays on. We could use allies out here.
So one thing I don't suggest right away is going after the plague heart. Because when you first log in, you don't have a huge arsenal of firepower. Thus meaning it's going to be way harder for you to take out the plague heart. But it's just something to keep in mind. Always good to survey points. Even if you think it's out of your way, go to a survey point. Just because then it helps you find resources, helps you look around for threats, like freaks and hordes and things like that.
That might still run. Could take it for a test drive. Okay, nothing more to see here.
Again, when going close to ladders, slow down a bit, because if not, your character will actually jump the ladder, and that's how you lose health. So, I'd rather take it slower by the ladders. Always remember to dodge. Dodge is the best thing with head-on zombies like that. Okay.
Any good Samaritans out there willing to lend a hand?
So my partner over here just jumped from up there down. So yeah. Luckily he didn't lose health, but still, you want to be careful. So technically we're supposed to be getting blood plague samples, but, you know, there's nothing wrong with scavenging. Oh my god, you didn't kill it. What the hell? Okay, so if you can see, my, exhaustion level is actually increased because I haven't taken my character and, taken it back home to swap out.
Knock, knock, motherfuckers.
There's a few still around.
Always use windows to your advantage so you can see what's out there. Or what's inside, too. Always good to recon a place before you go entering it right away.
Let's head out. This place is picked over.
Okay, so if you saw that in the top left, it said maxed out stat. So what you do is you go into the backpack and then you can go over to your characteristics here, your skills, or you can open up the map, go to your community, and go to the character. So, wits. So you can choose from which one you want to prefer. So discipline increases stamina, light encumbrance limit, and weapon durability. Or stealth, quicker sneaking, quieter interactions, and reduced availability to enemies. I usually do stealth, but it's whatever playstyle you prefer. And that's how you get the gold skill, and then just upgrade that. So.
This is quite a load I'm carrying.
You see the character I'm using, the exhaustion level is halfway. So now I'm actually gonna start heading back. Because any more than this, and she'll actually
pretty
be
heavy.
kind of useless. So.
That was my last shot.
Pretty good shot if I do say so myself.
I'll be right behind you.
Okay, so this character is exhausted too, so we're gonna run over to this. We're gonna run over to this billboard over here, and then we're gonna go home. Like I said, it's more beneficial while you're here to actually go to the survey point, because then you know it's out here, right? And then you don't have to come back unless you want to. And that's why you should always have one of your survivors with you, because while I was scavenging, she actually took out that zombie for me. So then I can keep scavenging.
That'll do it for now. What's up, bloater?
So bloaters are a type of freak in State of Decay, and you want to take those out from afar. You don't want to go near them because they have a poisonous gas, and it actually depletes your health, and it's just a pain in the ass, to be honest. So yeah, bloaters from afar. If you can, take out, whoa, hello. If you can, you take out, ferals. Try and take out their health mostly from afar. Because if they jump on you, they can rip you apart. Juggernauts from afar until you get them on their knees, and then you can take them out like that. Which I'll show you eventually. Screamers, you can sneak up on. But you want to take those out as soon as you see them, because if not, you could have 20 zombies on you easy. So it just makes more sense to try and makes more sense to try and take them out.
Starting to fade.
Okay. So this is what happens when you become too exhausted. I can't really sprint, which means I won't be able to fight too much. So after we collect things here, we're gonna go home and we're gonna swap out to the one character we have. And we're just gonna play as her. What the hell? Any other time, and I wouldn't get a friggin'
On good days
rucksack
like
for it.
these, I think maybe one day I could have myself a real family again.
You can find food pretty much anywhere, so if I just leave the rucksack here, it's not a huge deal. But the car is not far. We'll actually come back for it. So, plague zombies have the red eyes, and then regular zombies just have the yellowy orange.
They're coming this way!
That Pharaoh's gotta go down.
Dodge barrels as much as you can. Yeah.
Some more of those.
So, as you can see, you can't run anywhere. So, just keep running to the car. But don't let your stamina deplete. And this is what happens when you're out too long. So, you gotta be wary of that.
Now bust it up! Órale!
I'll be right behind you. Take care now.
Shit.
All right, who's up for finding more materials?
So, to help with this, you gotta make a guard tower, and you'll have less hordes coming in and out of your camp.
Oh, goody.
So, bottom right screen, you see the orangey yellow weapon there? Well, that shows that your weapon is damaged. So, it will break soon. So, you just want to swap that out. So, with damaged weapons, you can salvage it for parts, and then use the parts for something else. So, it's not too bad of a deal. I use the parts to fix weapons and make toolkits, mostly. Not so much for anything else. So I'm going to upgrade the workshop to workshop 2, and that way I can actually craft crossbows and arrows, so that I can actually have a pretty decent amount of ammo for the crossbows. So I can use that until I find more ammo. I can also make suppressors. They're not very good, but it's better than nothing, but they do degrade your weapon quite a bit. So I don't use the cheap ones as often. Toolkits, so those are to fix the vehicles, those are must-have in this game. And Molotovs, so those are pretty good for hordes of zombies. We're gonna upgrade that. Ugh, stupid character. Hate when that happens. And there we go. Oh. Shit. So we're gonna come up here and we're gonna take out this infestation. Rule of the world is it's best to get rid of horde infestations, as soon as you find them, because it helps keep the morale of your community up. Because if there's too many infestations, you'll lose morale, which affects your community big time, because it's not just one morale penalty, it's a morale penalty for every survivor you have in your camp. So if you have 8 survivors, well, that's -3, -7 times 8. So this is actually one of the places you can move your survivors to. So this is what I usually do for infestations. Saves you from wasting ammo and everything. It will cost you a toolkit or 2. But, I mean, so with big camps like this, it's sometimes harder to draw out the zombies. So just be wary of that. This one's pretty big, which means it's harder to draw them out. Okay, so they're all in the back building there.
It needs new just about everything, but it might be the right place for us.
So, I took out the screamer first, snuck in the back, and hopefully I can draw the zombies out so I can take them out in the open. So, rule of thumb with infestations, always take out the screamers first, if you can. In houses it's a bit harder, but as soon as you get an opening to the screamers, take them out, because they just draw in more and more zombies. So as you saw in the top corner, left corner, it went from 6 zombies to 10, and that's because I fired off my gun. So
We're one step away from hoofing it.
it's fine if the car blows up, just make sure you're not in it. type of thing. If you have rucksacks and stuff in the back of it, it's not a big deal because they'll actually be fine. Remember in the first one, if you left anything in the back of the vehicle when it blew up, that's it, it's gone.
If I actually gave a fuck about your opinion.
Okay, so as you can see, there's a fight going on back at camp, and that's because morale's so low.
I need a breather.
Dodging is key. So, if we look back at base, we can look up morale and see what's pissing everybody off. So, as you can see, conflict, as an instigator, -7. Conflict as a victim, -15 morale. Teeming zombie population, no watchtower. So, and things like no watchtower are things you can actually fix. So if I build a watchtower, she'll actually be +7 usually. So just something to think about. So one thing to remember is don't have any backup. Even if it is just like an AI survivor, they still do help you. So just, I gotta watch what I'm doing. So I only have 3 bullets left.
We might actually luck out with this place.
So I have to save them for a feral or a bloater or something like that. Hoping I can find more rucksacks of ammo.
That's
so I can
nice.
produce more random ammo. So, I'm hurt right now, so to fix that I need a health kit, med pack, whatever.
Good enough.
Or I can go home and I can swap survivor.
No, I was hoping we'd have more company.
But right now, my other survivors are exhausted, so we're gonna leave them to heal and to rest. So.
Think I've searched everywhere I can.
Oop. Shit. That was my bad. I meant to just look down, see what was down there, if anything. But that did not
Perfect
happen.
outpost location? Check.
And don't listen to the AI when it says perfect outpost location, because it just says that. It says that like a billion times. Like every time you go into a place, it will say outpost check. So don't worry, even like listen to that. Anytime you can go through fences, do it. You can avoid running over
I'm here.
too many zombies. Oh, shit, that's barrels on. Always give it a second before you get out of the vehicle. That way you can take a look around and you can see what's gonna come at you. So, we'll go talk to this guy. See what he wants.
Fuck, Vato. I was freaking out. Good to hear.
So, anytime you, they ask for help and shit, help them, because you can either get a survivor out of it or another community out of it and things like that. Okay, so I'm gonna put a tag on this barrel just so I can see where, like how far it is when it gets closer, things like that. Next, we're gonna go to the survey point.
There's a potential home sweet home. Holy shit. You think that baby still runs? I see we have some new neighbors. Think we can trust them? Board nearby.
Oh man. So, new neighbors. So currently this enclave's neutral, but eventually they'll ask for help and that will determine whether they turn hostile or friendly. So if you wait for your partner to come down to the second level, then they shouldn't jump down. They should follow you down this ladder. That way they don't lose health.
got a muerto here. Okay, we're here.
I said we're hard enough to make it, no matter what comes.
Okay, so things like that, just get in your vehicle. There's a horde managed it. You hit near post, it should.
Bye-bye.
So that's what happens when a vehicle catches on fire and explodes. Oh shit. Now you hoof it.
This one's done. What's next? We ain't alone.
So I'm hoping to find some friggin' meds here.
Could be worse. Can't do it. No more ammo here.
I gotta check the back of the vehicle. I don't know if I have meds in there or not. Usually I leave the house with meds in my inventory for this exact reason.
No more ammo here.
Headshots with crossbow, there's a good chance you can recover the arrow. Oh, I don't have.
From what I hear, this blood plague may hurt us worse than the Zeds. Now, before the pullout, the Army had labs creating a cure. In their absence, Red Talon's working hard to finish the job. We won't let you down.
So with that, I can actually cheat, kinda, and recover full health. Now, it has a cooldown period of 30 minutes, so use it in only emergency cases.
Yo! I'll kill you fucking twice if you hurt my friends!
What the fuck? If those culeros abandon me, they're gonna regret it.
Oh no.
So in this case, you can ask him to join your community, probably. So talk to him. See, learn about Survivor first. So you don't get to know the traits, but you do get to see the skills. So this is chemistry, so yeah, we might as well accept him, because at this point, it's so early on, to refuse would be kind of
Anybody who wants a safe place
not
to live,
helpful.
follow me.
So it's a good it's an extra survivor to swap out to also.
I'm not gonna find anything else here.
So before you can actually swap to who's this guy? What are you doing? To Remy, you have to actually bring him back to your community.
Looks like nobody else is home.
Yeah?
You can, however, carry rucksacks.
Maybe there's fewer people to do it, but I'm still gonna be remembered.
So there's a screamer there. So at this point, one of two things can happen. I can either hoof it back home to get a toolkit and to hoof it back here, or I can actually make an outpost here if I have enough.
I think I've searched everywhere I can.
Influence, which I do actually. Where are we? So I'm trying to find the cheapest place for which around me, which is this. Because the more influence you spend, because eventually I'm gonna get rid of this, but we can claim outposts.
All right, folks.
And then we can
the
actually
outpost is
get
up and
rid of
running.
And we can actually put, so when you have an outpost, you can actually put anything in your inventory in there, except for rucksacks. With rucksacks, you have to take them home with you. But this is a good thing to, and this is why you always have, always carry, like always keep influence. Because in case of emergency, you can always do a temporary outpost, and then you can get supplies while you're in the middle of nowhere. So I'm not going to be able to fix the car before. So these are military guys, which means they're heavily armored.
I can't keep this up.
So we're going to kind of run back.
A bloater!
This is kind of where you do the whole
Time to reload.
tactical retreat.
This place is crawling.
Reloading.
So I'm gonna lose these characters, I guarantee it. Trying to figure it out. It's all good. I'll get it. Fortunately, my character is just trying to outrun them, so it can't gain any stamina back.
Anyone interested in trading? Come on by.
So this is basically a tactical retreat because I know there's a vehicle over here that has gas in it. So what I do is I run over to this vehicle, run them down, and then I
gotta
can
rest a sec.
continue with what I was doing. Oh my god, you don't have any friggin' gas in you? You did.
I just saw a feral poking around.
Oh, fuck this. I am not doing too well with today, Jesus. This is like the worst friggin' playthrough I've ever had. So I did lose Remy, I think. Oh, fuck me. Okay.
Take that, you feral fuck.
I'm out. Oh, no, I didn't lose him. Shit. Okay, get in. We're going on. Fuck it. So, it was a mess, but I managed to, get out of it. But this is a good way to show everybody how,
Fuck. Just spotted a contagious one.
how you think about things. Like, sometimes continuing the fight isn't the best thing to do. Sometimes it's better to try and run away. Because as you saw, I managed to run all the way back home and then fix the car to go back to Remy. And Remy will follow you. He's tethered to you, so if you run far enough away, he'll actually stop combat and come to you.
Whatever. Welcome.
So
You won't regret taking me in, I say. Let's do this.
So now you can actually go to Remy
Hard work would start paying off.
and you can see his traits. So chemist and got into bar fights. So got into bar fights is probably going to screw up the morale because he'll get into fights more often. So you kind of gotta pick and choose your battles. We'll keep him for now, but if it gets too out of hand, like we can't keep the morale up, then we can actually we can exile him. So it says that I have trauma and stuff, and you can see that, but it's not a whole lot. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swap her out and let her rest, because the more you let your survivors heal, that way they're ready to go when you really need them. So. And this is ready, which means we can actually
We're under siege and need reinforcements
Cool,
now.
Oh, fuck. They in trouble.
toolkits are always good to have. So, and that's where salvaging broken weapons and stuff is good, because then they can go to making toolkits and things like that. You don't get a lot, but every little bit counts.
I'm worried that we're making too much noise in this place.
Okay, so Wandering Trader, they're good to find.
Get back home and help.
I am home, you dipshit. So we're gonna actually have to find more materials.
I have the solution for our needs. Recruit more people.
But we're gonna go see this trader, see what they have to offer, and we can get more influence.
Corpse is hitting our base right now. Yeah, let's see some more of that, Amilos.
I was out in the out for a bit, so I brought back a few things.
That's how you use exploding cars to your advantage, because that just took out a couple of plague zombies for me.
It's fucking over.
So what we'll do is we're going to grab this to fix the vehicle. And we're going to grab a couple other things once we fix the vehicle. Then we can fill the vehicle up. Oh, shit. Aw, what? So I didn't get any plague samples, but that's okay. Not a big deal.
If I say I'm feeling hopeful, would that jinx us?
Now we're gonna go to our stash.
¿Qué pasó, eh?
We're gonna find things we don't need. So all the backpacks that are 7 and 6. We're gonna leave 1 7 because some survivors show up with a 6 backpack. So this gives you an extra 12. All these luxury items, grab so you can sell. Oh man,
Damn, this shit is
I
heavy.
forgot about that. I just take everything I can, basically.
We could use an easier way to get water around here.
Okay, who's...
Hello there.
You get to follow me. It's always safer to go with somebody else, too.
Watch out. That's a freak.
So unless you have a lot of spare parts or toolkits, I try not to run into zombies a whole lot. Like hordes and stuff, sure. but even then you try to avoid it, just because, like you saw earlier, if you're stuck in the middle of nowhere, no toolkit and no place close to get stuff, then you're
Spotted
up a
someone.
creek without a
What the
paddle.
fuck you think they're up to?
Hi there.
Hello. What do you got for
What
me?
you got for me?
Sure.
So first, I sell everything. Whoa.
Careful,
It's
it's
a car.
coming our way.
No. Sorry about that. So I sell right away, and then you can actually.
Let's see what we can do.
Sure.
Then you can actually find things you want. So they don't have any weapons, and you can do categories too, which is nice. Okay, so she basically just has fuel. I don't need fuel. A whole lot of fuel right now. So, but we're gonna scavenge
Those are
around
good.
this area because then we can actually give her more stuff. This is upgrading the wits for Aaron. And resourcefulness, increased carry capacity, especially for consumables, and crossbow bolt recovery. So you have a better chance, that means you have a better chance of getting bolts when you shoot them. You have a better chance of recovering them. And with consumables, you instead of carrying 3, you get to carry 4 of consumable items. Stealth, again, quicker sneaking, fighter interactions. And somebody's firing off them.
Whoever lost this don't need it now.
We're dying here! You got any help?
Won't last forever. Maple syrup. Now I want pancakes.
Maple syrup.
Isn't that somebody we know?
Maple syrup does not last forever. Not really, but you know. So, earlier if I had these items, so the firecrackers or the fireworks, I actually would have been able to get away from
This place makes me really uncomfortable.
Don't worry,
that
we
herd
got
and
this.
everything a lot easier than what happened, just because they're a distraction device, but not a huge deal.
I'm listening.
So, I
It
like
was
to
my
come
mom who took me out hunting
upstairs.
for the first time. She said, killing for food isn't evil, it's nature. It's how we're still alive today.
Right. So even going on the roofs of buildings and stuff, you can find stuff up there sometimes, and it's also a good way to see if there's any freaks around you, especially when it comes to pharaohs and
Nothing.
juggernauts.
Yes?
So this area has a Juggernaut, a Screamer, a Feral, a Horde. Right around me has Bloater, which is already on the ground because it hasn't moved yet, and 2 Hordes, so... So, in, the Dread Zone, you'll find that there are places where you haven't explored that are already
I swear I'm this close to beating on someone.
dark,
Oh, go to hell.
and that's just because it makes it harder. And a lot of places are the ammo collection, military stashes, things like that. Oh my god, I cannot get to you in a minute and a half, I don't think. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you're on your own. Honestly, dealing with my own shit over here. But when you can, it is good to help them because it's another enclave. Which is always good. A lot of times I don't do it as you should. First, you should technically clear the house first and then scavenge, but I scavenge as I clear. Not the best thing to do, but, you know, saves time for me.
Nice to have a moment of fucking quiet. Ain't nothing else here. This place seems chill.
Always use the third person to your advantage by looking behind you. That way it's harder for things to sneak up on you.
Shut tight.
So if a door's ever locked, you can either break it down, or you can try the back entrance. I always try the back entrance, because it's usually open, I find. But also, because if you can help not making a lot of noise, that's the best. Because that way you're not going to have to fight off a bunch of zombies from inside and out of the house. Clearing houses at night is not bad because you can see the glowing eyes most times, but also because it helps level up your skills.
Fucking dead better stay back.
During the day, I like to explore out of buildings, because that way you can see everything. At night, I like to kind of stay close to home or do close to safe area searches.
I'll pick this place over.
Always try and leave half of your stamina for emergencies, so like you can run away, or you can fight off a plague zombie that's too close.
Goods are goods.
Don't use all your stamina at once. So there, I can see right in front of me there. That's a plague zombie. This is a regular zombie. And it's all with the eyes.
I got an offer to make you guys. Can we talk here?
Because in the dark, you can't really see the blood on the plague zombies. So.
Yes?
Hold tight. I'm coming.
I'll owe you one.
Let's see what we can do.
Okay.
So, just, you know, trying to see what I can get rid of. Because you want to try and get as much influence and stuff as you can, so you can get more outposts and stuff like that. So, I've basically cleaned her drive influence, so we can go now. I know there's a rucksack over here, and that's what we left from last time we were out this way. So we'll go grab that.
I gotta take a break.
Nope. Never mind. We're out. I'm not dealing with ferals right now. pain in the ass that I'm not dealing with. Where's the stupid feral? Oh, behind me. So, ferals actually learn, which means
One of them's latched on.
You can drive over them, but you gotta watch how you do that. Just because they learn well enough that they can actually dodge. So. But I managed to take that one out pretty easily. I'm kind of surprised about. That's what good blunt weapons are for. Is for groups of zombies. You can actually take them all out at once. Or at least knock them all down at once, sorry. So, cardio. Sprinting costs less stamina. Reduced stamina costs for... So, I always do marathon because it helps keep your stamina up. And not only that, but it's good for helping with exhaustion.
Watch that stinky stuff!
So it's worth the bullet to get rid of them, because if I'm running across the field or I'm driving across the field, then that way I'm not running over them. Because it sucks when you're running over them. One of the worst things. So I have a lot of rucksacks to do with food, so I don't need any of those right now. I always find food really easy to find in this game.
One more hit on that one.
You can find food pretty much anywhere.
I can work with this.
This is why you bring an extra character too, because they can also carry a bunch of stuff in their inventory. So.
Still too many around for my comfort.
And you can actually give things to the other person.
Let's head out.
It.
This place is picked over.
So like, I can drop those two items.
What's going on?
Switch back to Aaron, and I can see which. So he can pick up both of them, and that way it saves inventory for this character.
There's always a few more around.
So I didn't mean to break that open, but, you know. Clearly that's not what my character wanted, so. That's okay. Oh.
Well, I don't hear anything lurking about. There's nothing here. I don't think we're going to find anything else here. Something's still lurking around.
I know I said I'd leave it, but, you know. I'm on a roll. Plus, I'm finding so many good stuff. So many luxury items and stuff, too.
I should keep searching.
What's going on?
Of course I'll go with you.
Oh, let me see.
Yes.
Vamos. Yeah.
I've got your back.
Órale.
Maximizes storage.
We still have some creepers here. Maybe someone would want this.
What's going on? I might be carrying too much here.
If anyone over there is listening, we could use some help.
Right, I moved the car. I'm just a dumbass who forgot where I'd left the car. If you drive close to objects like that, you can actually knock off zombies who have latched on.
If you ask me, I say life ain't worth living without access to the great stories of our time.
Decay. Yo, I found it.
That's what I like to see.
I'm the...
When I was a boy, mainland America seemed like a dream. I'd launch toy boats at the shore, hoping they'd reach a land I never could. When I was part of the army, I fought for that dream. I'm with Red Talon now, but my purpose hasn't changed.
So, another thing to remember is when you get facility mods. So I have this signal antenna, which will actually give us another outpost. So, and that's just for the command center. But most other facility mods you can actually put almost anywhere. There are a few exceptions. So, like this one, you have to put certain things. So, like, white noise machine must be installed in beds, barracks, bunkhouse, or related facilities. So anything to do with sleeping. So like I could put it in here. And with power, it will actually give me 10 morale. So once I get an outpost that has to do with power, I will install that. This one, it provides water to a facility. This one, power to a facility. So,
Yeah?
so I have another vehicle over here, which I'm gonna have to grab. And it's always good to have, on your first base here, it's always good to have 3 vehicles. 2 that you can park in parking spots, and a 3rd that you can drive around. That way, when you find a new base, anything parked in the parking spots will actually transfer to your new base. So, just keep things tidy. And the extra vehicles are good because you can store rucksacks in them. So, and what's going to end up happening is I'll take the food rucksacks and I'll take them to an enclave and I'll sell them, and I'll sell it for influence because they have so many food rucksacks, and I can get food rucksacks pretty much anywhere. The what is it? The rucksacks that are hardest to find is probably the meds, and then ammo, gas, materials, food. So food being the easiest, meds being the hardest. See, I have like almost 6 rucksacks just of food. So.
What's going on? Orale.
Yeah. I'm gonna swap characters, let them rest up a bit. Okay, so these guys over here are hostile. There's 2 of them, so I can go up and I can actually go take out that hostile enclave, and I can loot their bodies, and I can usually get, you know, like a pistol or something, and then just some extra supplies there. So I'll end up doing that pretty soon. Because I'll go up here and I'll help the auto shop workers.
We're just drifting here. Who's gonna step up?
So with weapons, you can actually unload weapons, or you can keep them loaded in the supply locker. I like to keep a couple, like the AR-15 and either semi-automatic or automatic weapons. I like to keep a couple of those actually loaded in the locker, because then in case of emergency, so a couple hordes, like you can get 3 full hordes attack your base at one time. If you have juggernauts and ferals coming into your base, you can just grab a couple of those, and they're already loaded, and you can just start firing right away.
I'm worried about our lack of building materials.
And if you're wondering, the top right corner, what the return to the bounty broker is, that's in my other community. It's also a dread zone, and there's a bounty hunter there that gives you bounty for things, and you can collect like weapons and stuff for every bounty completed. So that's just what that top right corner is. The active bounties. If you didn't know, Pylon. If you didn't know, this game actually autosaves quite frequently, and that's in the top right corner. And that's that little circular thing that you see going off. And so that's just what that is. So like anytime a survivor dies, or you do a big decision, or like you change something, it autosaves. And it autosaves really frequently. So like every decision you make counts. As you can see, Remy over here has an exclamation point in orange. And that means he has a specialty mission for you to do. And you have to complete it with that character, and if you swap characters for any reason, you actually lose that mission. Not to say you can't get it again, but you lose it for now. Well, no, don't do that. So like if I take control, it'll say start mission, and this basically gives you a warning saying if you swap to this survivor, you will start a mission and it will be abandoned if you're switching away from this character. So, and it does say in brackets, this survivor may get another opportunity to get this mission again, but I tend not to risk it. Like when I start a mission like that, I do it to complete that specific mission. So as you can see, there's 2 infestations here. We'll actually have to take out those, and then we'll deal with the hostile enclave. We'll help these guys. We'll take out this feral. We might take out the juggernaut, we'll see. I don't know yet. We don't have a lot of firepower, so we gotta be careful with that. We'll come over and take out the hordes, things like that. We'll actually continue on with the survey points. We gotta find good weapons so we can start taking out plague hearts. So, but as for now, I think this is good for episode 2. We're gonna stop. So the next episode when we start will actually be daytime. So we're not playing in the night. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and join the Discord server. If you want me to add you, just send me your Discord and I will invite you to the group, and this way you can get streaming updates, you can get missions, you can ask questions about any of the games, and there'll be different groups for the different games that I play, so whether it's State of Decay, Skyrim, Fallout, things like that. So this says a partial mission progress. It's okay, everything will return when you exit, so it's when you come back to the game, so it's not a big deal. Thanks for watching, guys. Fun as always, and Demon out, right?